Nerds, what's going on? I'm Charles with Sounds Nerdy, and I got with me Jamocha. You can follow us on Twitter at Sounds Nerdy. Follow me at Pinkney Char, and follow Jamocha
at SN Jamocha on Twitter.
All right, so this is the first ever nerdy reactions video that we're doing. The video series is intended to respond to news that comes out. So, for instance, today Samsung announced their Samsung Galaxy Note 5 and Galaxy Note Edge.
Galaxy S6 Edge Plus.
Is it the S6 Edge?
It's the S6 Edge Plus. Yeah, it's a mouthful.
Yeah. So they had their Unpacked event today, and they announced these two phones. We're going to get into a little bit of the specs. Did you want to talk about some of the specs?
Let's talk about the Note 5 first.
Okay.
The Note 5, the glass is actually wrapped around the phone this time to the back, and it also has a curved back on the phone now. So not a curved screen, but the back of the phone is actually curved. So from what I was hearing, that when you actually hold the phone, it's a really big phone, but by having the curved back, it actually fits really nicely in your hand, and it doesn't seem like it's that huge of a phone. So okay. I think that was a pretty nice touch that they added to that.
Yeah.
I also said it has a lighter metal to the phone, so pretty, which makes the phone a little bit lighter. So
hopefully it doesn't
bend.
Right. Hopefully they don't have that problem.
Right.
So since we're on a Note, 5.7 inch screen, right?
Correct.
On both of them.
On both devices.
4 gigs of RAM, which is awesome in my opinion. Both of them are LTE Cat 9. Yep. For the fastest LTE.
Network, which will be coming out soon. So we'll support the future networks. And also the screen was their standard AMOLED.
Whatever their current AMOLED is, I forget what it is.
Quad HD.
Quad HD.
Something like that. Yeah. So the screen resolution looks really good. The phone looks really good. So
the specs are stellar.
Specs are stellar, especially with the bump up with 4 gigabytes of RAM.
Yeah,
so now your phone should be able to respond to pretty much anything you want to do. Your gaming, your multitasking, your video. So you shouldn't have any hiccups with these 4 gigabyte models.
Samsung never really disappoints with the specs. The processor is always good. The RAM is always top notch. The screen, they have the best screens in the industry. So I never think that they're gonna, with their flagships, they're never gonna disappoint.
Yep.
A few of the newer design, or not design choices, but newer features in the phone. First of which is the fast wireless charging.
Yes.
Which is, in my opinion, wireless charging is one of the most underrated features in any smartphone that has wireless charging today. I think once wireless charging takes off and we don't have to carry cables around with us anymore. Starbucks has wireless charging in their restaurants, or not restaurants but stores. I think once that happens, people will see the benefit of it. Once everybody starts adopting it, it'll be awesome.
Yeah, actually, I do see the benefit of wireless charging now. I think it's a really nice feature, and they seem to be pioneering the wireless charging movement right now.
Yep.
And like I said, they had it with their last line of phones, with the Edge Plus and the Note 5. Said they're going to make their wireless make their charging faster this time around. So they said you can go from 0 to 100% in 2 hours,
which is good.
Which is
for wireless charging.
For wireless charging. So they say that's actually 30% faster than their current wireless charging. So I think that's a pretty good feature. So
yeah, I thought that was a really good announcement, and I'm glad that they're leading the way in that.
I agree,
because Apple's not doing it.
No. So some more things about the S6 Edge Plus. I said they also said it's going to be coming in a new color.
Yep.
What they call it, silver titanium.
Yep.
So that looks pretty sweet. Like I said, we said 5.7 inch screen on the Note Edge Plus. And actually, even though the screen is bigger than the current Edge, the phone is actually a few millimeters smaller than the current Edge. So you get more screen with this phone. So I can't complain about having a bigger screen with less phone. So that's always a good. It's always a good thing.
The bezel to screen ratio was pretty high.
It's pretty high.
So it made for a smaller phone,
yep.
which is very good. In my opinion, that's the way that I want phones to go. And LG actually started off pioneering that trend. So, didn't say anything about the capacity of the battery.
No, actually, the battery is, I want to say it's 3,000 milliamps.
3,000 milliamps.
So as the Note, well, not the Note, but the current S6 Edge, I think it's 3,200 milliamps. So the battery's a little bit smaller, so I'm not sure what happened with that. I guess they're trying to offset that because they're the faster charging. But
yeah, I hope that because Android as a whole is a battery hog. It's the operating system is not good with battery management. I hope that they did something with the software, since they do have a fairly heavy skin on there. Something with the software to help alleviate the missing battery power that we're missing. But again, fast charging is there, so hopefully that helps rectify that.
Yep. And a couple other features they announced. One feature they talked about was live broadcast.
Yep.
So with live broadcast, you can actually, instead of having like your static videos or static pictures that you could post to your social media sites, they're now launching this new application where you can actually broadcast live straight to YouTube. So I'm sitting here right now. I could be recording this video on my S6 Edge Plus and actually stream it straight to YouTube. So
That's
I
nice.
think that's a pretty cool feature.
Yeah, I think that's pretty dope, especially for people who are out and about, popular YouTubers that are out and about that want to stream something really quick.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Right there.
nice.
I think that's good. Yep.
That's nice.
Yep.
So, and then they have the apps, assign apps to the edge of the screen. Was that a part of the last Edge?
So with the last Edge, how they utilize the Edge was you can have your contacts.
Your
on the
contacts,
side,
that's what it
right?
was.
So this time with this phone, you can now add applications to there.
That's
which I
good.
thought they should have done.
They should have did that in the
with
first
the
one.
current one. I thought it should just be like an API thing that you can do, but I don't know if it's a hardware thing or not. But with this one, you can now assign applications to the edge of the screen, which I think is pretty cool.
That's
So
nice. Yeah,
I can get to my Clash of Clans just like that now. So just put it right there on the edge. So nice to have that feature.
The camera, from what I've seen, looks pretty darn good. I don't remember what megapixel count it was.
I think it's still the same 16 megapixel in the rear, and I think the 8 megapixel in the front.
Okay.
So camera count is still the same. So that's pretty good. They also improved the video. So the image stabilization is now
that's
coming
one
to
thing.
the video as well.
Yep.
So VDIS plus the OIS. So that's going to make your videos not so shaky anymore. So that's pretty good.
And the video that they showed demonstrating it looks like it was a big difference. So that's a big plus if they can get that to work. They also announced their side sync, which is their software that helps just sync your music, your photos, or applications to the phone. I think they said applications, right?
Yeah, you can actually mimic your phone on your PC or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So you can actually, if you have once you have side sync loaded, you can actually drag. So if you want to send somebody a picture or something that's on your computer, you can just drag that picture right to that side sync app to your phone, and it'll obviously send a text message or whatever.
That's nice.
Right from your phone. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't currently use side sync right now. I tried to use it. And I just couldn't get much use out of it. But maybe having something like that would prompt me to use it a little bit more. So
what's funny is I never knew it existed until today's event.
Yeah, and they're also saying that it is supported on both Windows 10 and your Mac.
Yeah, they made a
PCs,
big deal about that.
They did make a huge deal about that.
So Mac users, you'll be able to sync your Samsung phones with your Macs now.
I think one of the best things about this whole event was launch date. Next Friday, August 21st, the phone and the Note are going to be dropping. So they're taking the page from Apple, announcing it 1 week, dropping it the next week. That's a smart move.
That's the way
Thumbs up.
That's the way to do any product in my product. It could be a video game, clothing.
You announce it, window.
You don't want people to forget.
Yeah.
And then they also talked about Samsung Pay, which I am looking forward to using on my S6. It's launching in the U.S. on November 28th. 28th.
Yep.
And then it's launching in Korea on August 20th. So they'll get it a little bit sooner, which I was a little bit salty about. I got over it really quick. I'm really looking forward to this because
now, just before you continue into Samsung Pay, I myself was not excited about Samsung Pay when they first talked about it. I would say that I have that old mindset, that old concept of I want my cards. I think I feel safer having my old credit cards, but
and that's understandable.
School me on why Samsung Pay is actually a better alternative.
So I've been I was an early adopter of NFC. I was using NFC when the Nexus S came out, and I think that was one of the first phones that actually allowed you to use mobile payments with the phone. So I fell in love with it then because the idea of it was you don't have to carry your cards around anymore, and this concept is just getting better and better because I don't like carrying anything with me. The less I can carry with me, the happier I am. So I don't have to carry my Giant Eagle card with me anymore. I get all that on the phone on my Google Pay app. I don't have to carry my credit cards with me. Well, I still have to carry my credit cards with me, but with Samsung Pay, hopefully that alleviates that.
Yeah, because what they were saying is that any place that can actually take a credit card,
swipe
it, should be able to take Samsung Pay. So that's pretty much any retail store.
Yeah.
So
and he didn't sound confident that it would 100% work all the time, which is understandable.
It's a new technology.
Yeah, it's a new technology.
Evolving.
I'm sure they're gonna run into some snags when it first launches, but the fact that I don't have to think about carrying it with me is what I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to just putting all my cards on one phone. They said it's secure.
Yeah, because he did touch briefly on how the security worked. I think he said something about none of your information is actually transferred. So that means your credit card number or your name or whatever.
Right.
So I'm thinking this probably uses either as some kind of scramble encryption or a code or something.
Yeah, it
which
uses a
makes
one-time
me feel better because I don't want my information just flying out there. So I think I feel better about that.
So yeah, it uses a one-time use token to pay. So whenever you swipe, we're going to use that term and it just uses a one-time token, and that's it. That token is no longer valid after the one-time use. Okay. So that's that makes me very comfortable in using it. NFC is pretty secure from what I understand. So
the only question I have about NFC and Samsung Pay is so how do you activate your Samsung Pay or whatever? So say for instance, if I drop my phone or I lose my phone and somebody else picks it up, can you just open up that app and open up that credit card and start using it?
No, I think if you're going to use Samsung Pay, I would hope that they would make you use the fingerprint scanner.
I would hope so. Okay.
In this, and I know fingerprint scanner is not very well to security buffs. Not a very interesting thing to be using, but in that case, I hope that they make people use it, because if people lose their phones and they can just activate it by tapping the screen,
exactly,
that's no good.
No.
I'm sure they'll make you use the fingerprint scanner. Okay. So, and was there anything else? No.
They did at the end. They did show a teaser trailer about the watch. They just showed a bunch of screens and pictures and some functionality of it. So I guess they're going to have more details September 3rd in Berlin. So stay tuned for that, and we'll be having another nerdy reaction to that.
One thing I can say, I bought a Pebble just to try out the smartwatches that were coming. And I actually really love this watch. I feel it's gotten to the point where I feel naked without it. So I'm into smartwatches. I know they haven't been selling well, but I think it's a concept that can really evolve. Yeah,
probably will. I mean,
and of course, Apple proved that watch can be popular. But from what I hear, those sales have taken a dive recently. But with that said, guys. That is our reaction to the Samsung Unpacked event. Tell us what you think in that comment section below. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content coming soon. Until the next video, guys, take care.
Peace.